Alright, hello everyone. Here we are, back for another guide, hole number 3 this time. So we kind of talked about this in the last guide. You can see about going with something with a lot of topspin could be good. Thor's Hammer, Thor's Hammer 6, Thor's Hammer 7, not necessarily bad, but the more that you can hook slice something, the longer it's going to go. So with that being said, it's better than going out here straight. Now you can see what my opponent's doing. I can't tell depth-wise. I didn't pay attention. But I'm going to be able to outdrive him. Even though he has more topspin than me, I can still outdrive him because he's playing it straight without that hook slice momentum. So I should be able to outdrive this guy considerably, even though I have maybe 10 or 15 less topspin than him. So he went 446. So let's take a look at mine. I'm thinking something along the lines of a Titan here. So very similar approach. Now, you got to keep in mind, this wind could be as large as like a 10. And what I'm thinking is, first off, I'm playing off the right of my bullseye. So I'm thinking about here as a starting point, and then I'm going to do almost 2 full stacks here. So there's 1, and then at least 6 or 7 rings. I'm thinking somewhere right around here. Now, if it would have been a Pox 7, for example, I probably would have went, 30, like 2 extra targets instead of I went like 1.7. But you can see, look how far my ball's going. So instead of 446 going straight, I went 494 hook slice. So that's why you want to hit that shot like that. Even though I have less topspin than him, my ball goes considerably farther. So keep that in mind. I believe I threw on Guardian here because I wanted that range. So what Guardian is going to do is it's going to give me that 179 range. And I could maybe spot up here and be able to pull off. So more than anything, I just want something with that range. But if I knew I was going to drive it that far, I might have been okay with Sniper. Maybe. It's close. It would be better if you had a hammerhead. A 175 would be better than a 172. But 179 is going to put it to where I can almost do a bump. Now, the question is, do I have enough topspin? And that's going to be questionable. But it looks like I can't quite get up there anyway. So when I can't get up there for a bump, what I typically do is I aim right here. And, I kind of walked through this shot last time on the other guide. And I guess we're going to play both of these the similar way. Do keep in mind, you can do a bump and it would be very close to your max adjustment. That's essentially what I'm going to do here. So with my max adjustment, I'm thinking something along the lines of maybe 9 rings. And that's going to be very similar to what I do here, but then throw on some curl on top of it. So as I mentioned, 9 rings right here, maybe 9.1 rings. And then a considerable amount of curl. So similarly, if I was doing the bump, I would do and you can see I just kind of over curled it, but you can see it comes in with good speed, has a chance to hit the hole if you can get the perfect amount of curl there and, kind of perfect that landing zone. Ideally, you might want to bring power 4, power 5 just for the second shot, but that means you're going to have to alter how much power you do off the tee, because you could see that I'm going to run out of fairway, and you can actually see it from my last guide that I made that mistake on the last guide. Is I tried to stretch out the Poc 4 as far as possible to try to maximize my yardage, and I ended up, as a result, kind of costing myself. So you'll want to, keep that in mind. But if you can get up there for a bump, you can play pretty close to that max adjustment and just kind of top spin it into the hole. I can't remember how much. I do believe it's maybe about 2-ish top spin. But you'll just want to play around with that. And, if you can get up there to that bump, that is what you're going to want to be able to do, even if you have to do it with a berserker. I would actually prefer going berserker bump as opposed to what I'm trying to do with perfecting the curl, how much to curl. It's going to be very dependent of, how well your ring play is. There's going to be a lot of factors that influence how that shot winds up. So keep all that in mind. Good luck, and I'll see you guys on the next one.